So a meme was posted recently to Reddit asking the question, who should play Baraka in the sequel to 2021's Mortal Kombat? The meme comedically picked a variety of actors including Mel Gibson, Orlando Bloom, Jim Carrey, Nicolas Cage, Robert Pattinson, and John Cena, but the overall question of who should play Baraka in a sequel stuck with me. Who should play the iconic character? In a previous video, I talked about the potential characters we could see in Mortal Kombat 2. Of the characters I mentioned, Katana, Johnny Cage, Kuai Liang Sub-Zero, Smoke, Noob Saibot, possibly Kintaro and Shao Kahn, and Baraka made the list. As far as some general characteristics for the iconic Takartan character, per his wiki, Baraka's height is 6'5" and his weight is 280 pounds, which could give us some interesting choices of actors who could play the character. So to make things fun, I've compiled a list of 10 actors between 6'4" and 6'5" that I feel like could play the character of Baraka in a Mortal Kombat sequel. Let's get to the list. So first up, I've got Machine Gun Kelly. And then next on my list, I've got Jason Momoa. Now with Jason Momoa, he has been in several Warner Brothers movies lately. He was in Aquaman, he's going to be in Aquaman 2. He's also was in Dune. And given that James Wan, I guess produced and directed Aquaman, and he's involved in Aquaman 2, and James Wan produced Mortal Kombat, it's possible that Jason Momoa could pop up in Mortal Kombat movies, like a sequel, playing Baraka, because, Warner Brothers wants to keep their actors within the same studio, and it's a part he hasn't done before, so it's possible. Next up on my list, I have Ben Affleck. Now, I know Ben Affleck is done with Batman and the DCEU, but maybe he's decided he wants to stick around with Warner Brothers and do some other projects, and maybe he'll give Baraka a try. It's possible. Probably not going to happen, but it's possible. Next up on my list, I have Dave Bautista. Now, Dave Bautista was in Dune, and he's set to play in other movies, but, it's possible that with his actual look and physique, there'd be less prosthetics needed, because of his facial features, and maybe he just has a good physique overall to play Baraka. Like I say, 6'5", 280 pounds, maybe Dave Bautista might be too much overweight. I don't know how big he is, but it's possible that he could play that character and possibly even do it well. Next up on my list, I have Vincent D'Onofrio. So he is currently busy playing Kingpin in, Marvel's Daredevil and various other Disney Plus series that are going to be coming out. But maybe he has some time to spare to play, Baraka. I mean, I remember him from Cell, so he can play villains really well. Baraka doesn't say very much, so maybe he's okay with that, having a non-speaking role, but it's very likely that maybe he could decide to play a Mortal Kombat character. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Next up, I have Alexander and Bill Skarsgård. So those are the brothers. So Alexander Skarsgård, who's played Tarzan, and Bill Skarsgård, who was in It as Pennywise. Now, I'm leaning more towards Bill, because given that he was in It 1 and 2, he's kind of already in the Warner Brothers family, since Mortal Kombat's a Warner Brothers title, so maybe he could possibly do something with that. And given that Andy Muschietti did It, and he's also in The Flash, vis-a-vis James Wan, vis-a-vis Mortal Kombat, if you get where I'm going with this, keeping it all in the family, maybe they can move him over and he could play, Baraka with the right, prosthetics and stuff like that. We'll kind of have to wait and see, but he's one I have on my list. Moving on, I have Vince Vaughn, and I added Vince Vaughn mostly for his height. I don't really think he would ever do this role, but I loved him in Freaky, and maybe he would do something like this, but probably not. But nonetheless, I added Vince Vaughn to the list. Next up is an interesting one. I have Tyler Perry. So maybe they decide to race Ben Baraka, and we see Tyler Perry be an actor that could play this role. It'd be something different that he hasn't played before. We have to wait and see. He probably would not do this, but you never know. Never say never. But I added Tyler Perry to my list. And last up, I have Joe Manganiello. So he has been in Magic Mike. He was Slade in the DCU. So possibly if he sticks with Warner Brothers, he would maybe want to be in Mortal Kombat 2 and play Baraka. I'm not really sure, but could it be possible? Maybe happen, maybe not. Have to wait and see, but that is my list. I have 10 actors. Let me know in the comments what you think of the choice that I made. Who would you like to see if Baraka was actually added to the movie? And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. And that's it for this video, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.